What's going on, everybody? This is Josh from the Part-Time Drummer, and tonight we're coming to you with a little live training. It's Thursday night. Most people are probably, if you're in the U.S. anyway, you're probably getting off of work and kind of gearing up for an Easter holiday. But we're here today to talk about a little bit of about drumming, and today's topic is going to be about how to find a great teacher, a great drum teacher. So I'll be going back and forth here between two mediums. We're streaming live both on YouTube and on Facebook. So those of you who are on the YouTube will have a slight advantage over those of you on Facebook, as we have some slide presentations available on the YouTube channel. So if you're watching on Facebook, I might kind of shift back and forth a little bit, so just kind of understand what's going on. If you want to check out that YouTube channel a little bit later, you're welcome to do so. Just search for Part-Time Drummer, and we'll be up there. So we'll go ahead and get started now, talking about how to find a great drum teacher. So finding a great drum teacher is something that I find very important to do if you want to become a successful musician. Yes, you are able to learn music on your own, and I do encourage people to do that. You want to be self-reliant. You want to be able to play your instrument and practice on your own for the majority of the time. But there are times in your musical experience, specifically when you're just beginning, or if you're kind of a place where you're stuck at a plateau and you're kind of stale and you're not really doing anything and learning music well, or you're not being fresh. You're stale. You're playing the same beats over and over again, the same feels, the same styles. That's when you want to get a teacher to step in. So tonight we'll be discussing the benefits of finding a great drum teacher. So we'll get started here and continue on. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself before we get started. Again, my name is Josh, and I run the Part-Time Drummer website. The Part-Time Drummer website is a drumming website dedicated to offering online drum lessons and coaching. We primarily specialize in helping out beginner and intermediate students. If you want some advanced training, I can definitely give you some recommendations on some people who are really good for that. But I'm 36 years old, married almost 12 years now. I'll be 12 years in June. I've got 2 kids. And I've been playing drums for over 20 years. So got a lot of experience to share with you, and I want to give you all the tips that I can to help you grow as a drummer. We'll also be talking a little bit tonight about some of my drum teachers and mentors and how they've kind of shaped my playing throughout the years. My background is I started playing drums when I was in my early teen years. So I've been playing, like I said, for about 20 years, and started playing with churches and a variety of gospel bands. Did a lot of that in my teens and early 20s. After that, I went to Barton College, where I did a lot of musical things. I played with the Barton College Orchestra. I worked and obtained a 4-year degree in recording at Barton College. Recording studio where I produce music. Something I still enjoy today a lot is producing music and working with that kind of stuff, studio drumming. In addition, I also, while I was in college, I studied classical piano for 2 years. I took voice lessons for a semester, and I also took percussion lessons as well. In addition to playing the piano, I also played bass guitar. And of course, I really enjoy live sound and recording and things like that. So that's just a little bit about my education and background. Also, in my college year, I began teaching drum lessons to local students, kids in the church, things like that, and really developed a passion for teaching. So this is a subject that I'm really interested in and really like to help people out with. All right, so the first thing we want to talk about is finding a good teacher. So I'm gonna give you some tips on how to do that, and all the different areas and all the different places that you can look for finding a great teacher. So if you want to stay local and you want to work with somebody one-on-one in a live in-person setting, there's a variety of ways you can go around looking for that. You can get on the internet and get on things such as Facebook, and search around and see if anybody has any friends who teach it. You can ask your friends. You can put out a post and ask for recommendations of people who are in your area. Pretty sure that if you live in a relatively decent sized town, if you ask around, you'll be able to find somebody who teaches drums. You can also, of course, use Google to search for a drum teacher. I know I've looked at Craigslist before. There's ads there that people post for music lessons, so that's definitely an option. Outside of that, I recommend, obviously, if you live in a moderately decently sized city, you're probably going to have a local music store. And if you go to the music store, you should be able to, well, I can't guarantee that you'll find a drum teacher because it depends on your city and the market and everything. But it's definitely a place to look and ask around for a teacher. So your local music store would definitely be a place to check out. That's usually a hub of the local musicians. They go in there to either try out instruments, play around, and to talk to other musicians. So great place to look for a music teacher. So we're kind of progressing from easiest to hardest in this search here, and the next place that you can look for a drum teacher or any kind of other music teacher would be a private music school. Here again, like I said, your city has to be of a reasonable size and support this kind of thing. But a private music school would